I hope that hit the camera lens with some accuracy. It is delicious Dominican cigar smoke. Through such haze, we say hello and greetings once again here at Two Hands and a Face Audio. We are very pleased that you could join us on this occasion to have a look at the TC Electronics Smorgasbord line Blood Moon phase shifter. Now, we all know the brand TC Electronics. We all know what a phase shifter is. I inserted the term there, the Smorgasbord line. This particular product is part of a line that is relatively new from TC Electronics called the Smorgasbord line. And the Smorgasbord line is specifically to the purpose of economy. I mean, they really came down on the price point. We all know TC Electronics is a high-end vendor of very fine electronic devices for the musician. The Smorgasbord line, and on this occasion I think it's appropriate to discuss price, they're all $50. It's a really well-built, good-sounding pedal, a good quality device for $50. And the intent of this line is to make some really good, high-end, electronically speaking, great-sounding devices more affordable to the working musician or to the beginner, however you want to frame it. So what we're looking at this afternoon is a TC Electronics pedal that you can buy for $50 damn near anywhere. That's pretty impressive. But what would a seriously economical price be without a great sound quality? So let's dig into that. First of all, I will say that the Smorgasbord line in its entirety, including this piece, the Blood Moon phase shifter, is all analog. There are no integrated circuits anywhere in the audio line. You won't hear it. It does not affect sound. So, let's dig right in by introducing our plain sound, not peanut, plain. Got this trusty old Yamaha SA800 plugged into a Black Star amp with the controls set to bland. All the knobs are set to meh. So, let's see what happens when we engage our Blood Moon phase shifter on nominal settings. It's a beautiful vintage phase sound. And what we have here is a device with multiple facets through which to enhance the sound. It has an intensity control or a feedback control, which will determine actually how much of the signal will overlap to create feedback. We have a depth control, how deep or how impacting is the effect on your signal, and a rate control, which of course is the speed of the cycle. And as you may or may not know, the original phase shifters were built to emulate the sound of a Leslie organ. So if you want to keep the feedback and the depth controls at nominal levels and then increase the rate, you can really get that Leslie sound, that trilling that we knew from the 60s and early 70s. I know that sounds familiar to a lot of you. Here comes the 70s, man. Toke it and pass it, brothers. This is 1972, and this was the Leslie / phase shift sound of the era. I love it. Let's dial the speed back to something a little more usable for the modern sound, and I'm even going to bring the depth back a little and the feedback a little. I'm going to try to give us a fairly subtle sound to work with here for a moment. Very vintage, very sparkling, a beautiful sound. to vastly increase our depth, but leave our feedback and our rate at nominal levels and create a whole different sound. Let's bring our feedback up to a higher level so that we can see the kind of effect it has on our tone. We're getting into an area of almost psychedelic effect, and it's a beautiful sound. Let's give it a whirl at nominal settings again for that more subtle tone like this one. But let's add some distortion to it and see where it can get us in the rock vein. We can keep the distortion up and dial back everything so that we have a very, very subtle sound, rate, feedback, and depth. Slow the cycles down a little bit, dial them out of the signal path a little bit, and let's hear how it sounds. It's an almost chorusy sound, leaning towards a Leslie speaker sound. Beautiful, beautiful rack of sounds from this pedal. And the pedal itself, again, is completely analog. It features true bypass. It's as clean as a whistle. It's very vintage sounding. The build quality on this will surprise you. It's an absolute tank. It's a fully steel housing. Beautiful paintwork. I'm still amazed that it's $50. I truly am. I bought mine to gig with it I have. I've been terribly, terribly pleased with it. And so, I recommend you give it a chance, give it a try. If you're new to phase shifting and you don't know that it's something you're going to want permanently, this is a great economical way to break into that area of effect and see if it's something you truly like. If you are a solid gigging musician and you know that you're going to need a phase shifter for 2 songs a night, again, this is an economical way to approach that minimal level of use. But for certain, give it a try. Oh yeah. And if you like what you saw, what you heard, and potentially even what you smelled on this occasion, please hit the subscribe button. Let us know that you appreciate our efforts. We certainly appreciate your viewership. Come again and again and again and buy one of these pedals. Hit subscribe. Thank you.